How you doing, and welcome to Neither Real Music. I'm Ed, and these are the basics. In this video, we're going to be looking at two versions of an F major chord, as well as an F Lydian scale in open position. Before we do that, please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications so that you know when your next lesson is coming. Let's take a look at these chords. Our first F chord is a small but simple version of the chord in open position using our second, third, and fourth strings. We're going to arrange them in what looks like a set of stairs. Our third finger will be on our third fret of our fourth string, which is the note F. Next string will be second finger, second fret, A. Next string down will be first finger, first fret, C. F, A, C. When we play these, you want to try to mute the first string with your first finger. Just let it touch the first string. Notice there is no note being played. If for whatever reason you do play this note, it's an additional F. N can be added into the chord if you would like, but as I'm showing you it, you really only need these three strings. The next version of the chord is a little bit more difficult and is our first bar chord. A bar chord is when you play more than one string with one finger. In this case, we're going to be using our first finger to play our sixth string, our second string, and our first string. What I recommend you do is try to make it so the first string comes as close to the bottom of your first finger as possible. This will provide the most amount of leverage. So to play this chord, your first finger is going to play your first fret on your sixth string F. Next will be your third finger, third fret, fifth string, C. Right underneath that will be your third fret, but with your fourth finger. So fourth finger, third fret, fourth string, F again. From here, you're going to take your second finger, put it on your second fret of your third string, A. Then with the bottom part of your first finger, you're going to use your first fret on your second string for another C. And your first fret of your first string for another F. When you play this all together, it sounds like this. If you start to notice little things wrong with your chord, like it sounds like you're getting most of the notes but not all of them, like that is going to be kind of something you just need to work out. What I try to do is my thumb goes in between my first and my fourth finger. So I kind of line it up with where my second finger is. This gives me the most amount of leverage to push down on the chord. Another thing to keep in mind is where these knuckles are. I'll say this over and over again in every video because it's one of the most common mistakes people make. If your knuckles are underneath the fretboard and your thumb kind of comes up to the top, you're going to find that you're going to lose a lot of notes. A lot of people try to play with their thumb over the top of the guitar, kind of like holding a baseball bat. For some people with really long fingers, this might work, but for the average person, it usually doesn't. So try to bring your thumb down to the middle of the neck of the guitar and try to put it right behind where your second finger is. Play everything together. Now we're going to take a look at our F Lydian scale. I'm going to break this down into a couple of different pieces and then assemble them all together by the end. The first version of F Lydian we're going to learn starts with our first finger on our first fret of our 6th string F. Then you'll go to your third finger, 3rd fret, 6th string G. Move down a string. 5th string, no fingers, A. 2nd finger, 2nd fret, 5th string, B. 3rd finger, 3rd fret, 5th string, C. Move down a string. 4th string, no fingers, D. 2nd finger, 2nd fret, 4th string, E. And last, 3rd finger, 3rd fret, 4th string, F. When you put those all together, it'll sound like this. F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to give you an opportunity to hear this with some time, and then I'll give it to you with a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's hear that with tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. From here, we're going to continue on to the higher octave of the F Lydian scale, starting where we ended on our lower octave. 3rd finger, 3rd fret, 4th string, F. Down a string, 3rd string, no fingers, G. 2nd finger, 2nd fret, 3rd string, A. Down a string, 2nd string, no fingers, B. 1st finger, 1st fret, 2nd string, C. 3rd finger, 3rd fret, 2nd string, D. Down a string, 1st string, no fingers, E. 1st string, 1st finger, F. Putting that all together, it sounds like this. F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. Now let's check that out with some time and a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's hear that with a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what I'm going to do is put those two ideas together with some time and a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's hear that with the tab now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what we're going to do is approach this descending. I'm just going to show you it one time on our high octave, then we'll do it with some time and a tab. Starting with our first finger on our first fret, F. F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F. Now let's try that with time and a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's hear that with the tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to do the lower octave, starting with my third finger on my third fret of my fourth string F. F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F. Let's try this with some time and a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's hear that with a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what I'm going to do is play both of those ideas together, descending with some time and a tab. If you would like to get to know the letters of these, the best thing you can do is, as you're practicing the single octaves, recite the letters while you're playing them. Let's take a look at the 2 octaves together, descending. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's check this out with a tab now. 1, 2, 3, 4. While you're learning this, at any time, pause one of the ideas and just practice that. It's a great way to familiarize yourself with any of the stuff that I've taught you. Just hit pause, look at the tab, work it out at a pace that's more comfortable for you. Last, I'm going to play the whole entire scale, ascending and descending, with time and a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's check that out with a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. As with everything, in the beginning, take your time. Sometimes these things take a little while to get into the hands, become comfortable. If you enjoy lessons like this, subscribe and ring the little bell. This way you can know when another lesson comes out. If you really enjoy lessons like this, consider joining Patreon. I will be putting up lessons that are a lot more in depth and talk about the use of these basic pieces of information. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. I like compliments, but questions let me know that you're working on these things. Good luck and good practice.